General Hospital spoilers reveal a horrifying crime slowly being confirmed, as mysterious deaths start to increase in Port Charles, all sharing one chilling detail: traces of Digitalis. When Sonny becomes the next target of this cruel method of murder, everyone immediately thinks of Cyrus, the man who had used this poison to take down enemies in the past. But the real shock comes when a bombshell truth is revealed: Cyrus is dead. This means someone else is continuing his plot, and perhaps, this new person is far more dangerous than Cyrus ever was. The first clues lead to a much larger mystery, and as the pieces of the puzzle are gradually put together, the shocking truth is confirmed: Selina is the one pulling the strings behind everything Cyrus did. Not only is Selina a powerful player in the underground world, but she has been controlling Cyrus from the very beginning, manipulating him like a pawn in the power game she has set up in Port Charles. However, Selina no longer needs Cyrus. Now, she has her own plan and cannot allow him to continue existing, even if it means she has to eliminate the very pawn she once controlled. Cyrus's confirmed death is not an accident, it is part of Selina's elaborate plan. She doesn't just want to take down Cyrus, she wants to destroy every legacy he left behind, while making sure no one suspects her involvement in any of this. But if Selina has succeeded in eliminating Cyrus, why do the deaths continue? This suggests she has a bigger plan, or perhaps, she is using Cyrus's death as a smokescreen to mislead anyone still thinking he is the mastermind. Selina doesn't just want to eliminate Cyrus, she wants to consolidate her power and remove anyone who could stand in her way. And her next target is Sonny Corinthos. Sonny was once one of the leaders of the underground world, but now, he finds himself in a battle he cannot control. When signs of Digitalis appear in his system, Sonny knows someone is trying to kill him in the most brutal way. But who could be acting in Cyrus's place if he's dead? The answer sends shockwaves through everyone. Selina is not only manipulating everything, but she's also using Cyrus's favorite method of murder to distract suspicion from a person who no longer exists. This revelation could upset the entire power structure of Port Charles. Selina is no longer just a shady character, she has emerged as a true force, the one behind the scenes, controlling everything happening in the city. And now, as Sonny becomes her next target, the only remaining question is whether he can uncover the truth before it's too late, or if Selina will succeed in eradicating one of her greatest enemies. Port Charles is entering the most dangerous phase it has ever seen. If Selina can orchestrate every crime without anyone suspecting her, it means no one is truly safe. But if Sonny realizes the truth in time, this could be the fiercest confrontation in the city's history, a battle not only between criminals, but also between the most dangerous strategists the underground world has ever seen. If Cyrus isn't really dead and is secretly working with Selina to eliminate Sonny, then this is not just a personal revenge but a carefully calculated plan to overthrow the most powerful force in Port Charles. Sonny has always been the one in control, holding supreme power in the underground world, but now, he is becoming the prey in a hunt he doesn't even know about. If before, Cyrus was simply an independent villain, now, with Selina's support, he has the upper hand, a devious strategist, someone who can manipulate weaker players to do his bidding without getting his hands dirty. The situation becomes even more dangerous when Sonny is hospitalized after a heated argument with Tracy. While this confrontation with Tracy may not be related to Selina and Cyrus's plan, it unintentionally puts Sonny in the exact position they want, a hospital, where he loses all his advantages. In Sonny's world, his strength lies in control of information, control of territory, control of enemies. But when he's lying in a hospital bed, surrounded by doctors and nurses he can't choose, he loses that control. He's no longer the strongest person in the room, and that makes him more vulnerable than ever. Selina knows this is the perfect moment to strike. Unlike Sonny's previous enemies who attacked him head-on, Selina takes a more sophisticated approach. She doesn't need a noisy shootout or a big explosion like what Sonny has faced before. Instead, she chooses a slow but sure method of murder, Digitalis. A small dose is enough to give Sonny a heart attack, and if used correctly, his death will appear as a medical complication rather than an assassination. But to carry out this plan, Selina and Cyrus need a middleman, and no one is more suited than Brad. As Selina's nephew, Brad has always been trapped in her web, constantly manipulated and forced to do things against his conscience. Brad might not want to participate in a murder plot, but under the pressure from Selina and threats from Cyrus, he has no choice. When placed in a situation where he must choose between his own survival and following Selina's orders, Brad may have to bow down, even if he's terrified inside. While Sonny is recovering in the hospital, he might not immediately realize he's being hunted. But even in a weakened state, Sonny has never been someone easy to take down. He has sharp instincts, the intuition of someone who has survived countless battles. There may come a moment, when the heart attack begins to set in, that Sonny realizes something isn't right, an all too familiar feeling for someone who has been poisoned before. Will he have enough time to react? Will anyone realize what's happening before it's too late? Meanwhile, Jason, Carly, and Dante may be the first to notice something unusual. Jason, who has stood by Sonny in countless battles, might start investigating who could want to poison him. Carly, who always has a strong intuition when it comes to Sonny, might discover something through Brad's odd behavior or Selina's strange actions. And Dante, not just as a police officer but also as Sonny's son, could be the one to determine who's behind this before his father loses the chance to survive. However, Selina and Cyrus are not relying on just one plan. They know that if the Digitalis scheme fails, they still have other ways to take down Sonny. They could use Sidwell, another enemy of Sonny's, as a pawn in their backup plan. They could prolong the fight, making Sonny lose his loyal allies before delivering the final blow. But the biggest question right now is, can Sonny survive this strike? If he's successfully poisoned, it will mean Port Charles will change forever, a new era will begin, one where Selina and Cyrus hold absolute power. But if Sonny uncovers the truth and strikes back, it will be an all-out war where the survivor will take it all. Selina and Cyrus may think they've calculated everything, that Sonny is cornered. But are they truly ready to face the consequences if Sonny doesn't die? If he survives this assassination attempt, it will mean not only revenge but also the total eradication of anyone who dares to betray him. And this time, Sonny will not let anyone escape his wrath. Port Charles is entering the most dangerous phase in its history, where every move could determine the fate of those involved. Who will win this battle? Who will be the last one standing when the dust settles? And most importantly, can Sonny escape the deadly trap set for him, or will this be his final battle? The answer will soon be revealed, and when this war erupts, no one will be able to stay on the sidelines. Portia has officially been fired after Brad exposed her actions of altering Heather's test results, causing her reputation and career to crumble in an instant. As she tries to cope with the consequences of her actions, a more dangerous situation is unfolding in the shadows, a murder plot targeting Sonny, this time not by gun or bomb, but by a much more sophisticated weapon, poison. The pressure to save Sonny now falls on Isaiah, but this makes things even more complicated. Isaiah may be a talented doctor, but he has never faced a situation where every second could decide between life and death. Meanwhile, Liz can't just stand by when she knows Sonny is in danger. Both of them have their own reasons for caring about Sonny, but their hesitation and lack of unity in their actions are only making Sonny's condition worse. At the hospital, Sonny lies in bed with increasingly evident signs of Digitalis poisoning. His heart is racing but weak, his breath shallow, and his body losing control. Without timely intervention, he will not survive. But the problem is, no one actually knows he's been poisoned, until it's too late. Isaiah notices the unusual symptoms but is pressured by the arguments among the doctors and the chaos in the hospital. Portia, who could have handled situations like this, is no longer there. Liz, despite her experience, can't turn the situation around on her own when things have gone too far. Meanwhile, Selina and Cyrus continue to pull the strings from the shadows, ensuring their plan is unfolding smoothly. As the doctors argue about the treatment method, Sonny's condition takes a critical turn. His heart stops for a few brief seconds, just enough time to send everyone into a panic. Isaiah and Liz rush to resuscitate him, but the delay has made it impossible for Sonny to fully recover. The medical system is doing its best to save him, but this time, it seems like they've arrived too late. The news of Sonny's death spreads like wildfire across Port Charles. Jason, Carly, and Dante are shocked to realize that the city's strongest man, who has survived countless battles and schemes, has finally fallen, not by bullets or knives, but by a cruel and methodically executed plot. Selina and Cyrus, the ones behind it all, have succeeded in taking down Sonny, or so they think. But did Sonny really die? Or is this just a shocking twist, a trap set to lure his enemies into a final battle? One thing is certain, Port Charles will never be the same. If Sonny is truly gone, it means a new power struggle will erupt, and the most ambitious will not miss the chance to claim the position he left behind. But if Sonny is still alive, if this is part of his counterattack plan, those who tried to take him down will soon face consequences more horrifying than ever. The mystery of Sonny's death has only just begun, and as the truth comes to light, Port Charles will face the biggest storm it has ever seen. Selina no longer hides her ambitions. She is ready to cause unprecedented chaos in Port Charles to solidify her power and ensure no one can stand in the way of expanding her empire. With Sonny out of the picture, or at least pushed to the brink, Selina sees this as the perfect time to make her boldest moves. The new power shift in the underworld is putting the entire city in a precarious position. Strategic adjustments, covert deals, and dangerous maneuvers are unfolding at lightning speed. Port Charles, already accustomed to power struggles, now faces a different kind of conflict. Selina doesn't just want a piece of the pie, she wants it all. With Cyrus as her ally, Selina has a scheming and ruthless partner. Cyrus isn't the type to easily submit to anyone, but when his interests are ensured, he's willing to play along. Together, they have a shared goal: to exploit the vacuum Sonny left to expand their influence, eliminate anyone who might stand in their way, and build an even stronger force than before. Selina has always had a long-term plan. She has embedded people in key positions in the government and the hospital, controlling financial operations, and may even be manipulating powerful figures without anyone realizing it. Now, with no one left to hold her back, Selina is beginning to implement her plan step by step, starting with taking control of Port Charles's underground business system. Previously, Sonny and his loyalists had always prevented Selina from expanding her operations. But now that Sonny is out of the picture, Selina can easily ramp up her illegal casinos, control the black market, and even manipulate legitimate businesses to serve her own interests. She doesn't need to hide anymore. Selina is stepping out of the shadows and showing the city who is truly in charge. But the chaos she's creating isn't limited to the underworld. It's spreading into Port Charles's political and economic systems. As suspicious transactions begin to surface, as small businesses are forced to close or cooperate with people they'd rather avoid, as officials are manipulated to serve Selina's interests, the entire city begins to feel the effects of this power shift. With Cyrus by her side, Selina has a terrifying advantage. He can handle the dirty work, deal with those who dare to oppose her, while she keeps her image clean and her power intact. No one can directly accuse Selina, but everyone knows she's pulling the strings from behind the scenes, ensuring everything runs according to her plan. But the big question now is, who can stand up against Selina? With Sonny out of the way, Jason may be the only one capable of confronting her. Carly certainly won't let Selina take control without a fight, but does she have the strength to battle someone who has been planning for years? Dante may investigate, but he'll need more than a few pieces of evidence to take down someone like Selina. Port Charles is on the brink of a new power struggle, and this time, Selina doesn't just want to win, she wants to control everything. With Cyrus as her ally, with Brad ready to do anything she asks, and with all the pieces in place, Selina is truly exploding into power. Who can stop her? Or is this the dawn of a new era in Port Charles, where Selina Wu becomes the undisputed queen? One thing is certain, when the storm passes, Port Charles will never be the same. Brad is entering a more dangerous phase than ever as he decides to embark on a new attack, one that could completely change his position in the underworld. In the past, Brad has always been a passive character, frequently manipulated by stronger forces, especially Selina. But this time, it seems he is creating his own path, even if it means pushing himself into a crazy situation with potentially irreversible consequences. For the first time in a long while, Brad is no longer Selina's pawn, or at least, that's what he thinks. Being forced into dark dealings, from manipulating the hospital to supporting Selina in dangerous schemes, has made Brad unwilling to continue living in her shadow. But instead of finding a safe way out, he chooses a more reckless path, retaliation. Brad is now launching an attack that even he isn't sure he can control. He may know too many of Selina and Cyrus's secrets, but the question is whether he has the ability to use them. In a world where the strong control the weak, Brad standing up against these forces is essentially like signing his own death sentence. However, Brad has no other choice. He may have been pushed to his limit when he realized that no matter how long he served Selina, he would always be a pawn. Now, he's trying to reclaim control of his life, but that means facing the most dangerous figures in Port Charles. What makes Brad's situation even more perilous is that he doesn't have any solid allies. The only people who could help him, like Britt or Lucas, are no longer around. He can't rely on anyone in the hospital, because anyone could be a spy for Selina. What he's doing is not just a simple act of rebellion, it's a lonely battle against a system he once served. But the biggest concern is that if Selina finds out about this plan before Brad can act, he may be eliminated immediately. Selina is not the forgiving type when it comes to betrayal, and if she realizes Brad is trying to break free of her control, she won't hesitate to punish him in the most brutal way. Brad may think he's regaining control, but in reality, he's stepping into a game where one wrong move could lead to death. Will he succeed in his plan, or will he become just another casualty in the brutal power struggle of Port Charles? One thing is certain, Brad's story is becoming more dangerous than ever, and whether he wants to or not, he's walking down a path with no turning back. As this battle intensifies, he will face consequences he can't avoid, and the big question is, does he have the smarts to survive?